theft and forgery has been brought to light in course of this election matter. These are hefty allegations that should not have been treated with levity. More appealing, the Supreme Court judgment willfully condoned breaches of the Constitution relative to established qualifications and parameters for candidates in presidential elections. With this counter judgment, the Supreme Court has transferred a heavy moral burden from the courtroom to our national conscience. Our young democracy is ultimately the main victim and casualty of the courtroom drama. Without equivocation, this judgment amounts to a breach of confidence of Nigerians have in our judiciary. To that extent, it is a show of unreasonable force against the very Nigerian people from whom the power of the Constitution derives. The Supreme Court ruling may represent the state of the law in 2023, but not present demand for substantive justice. The judgment meets principles and precedents. Indeed, the rationale and premise of the Supreme Court judgment has been clearly brought to light by deep, prevailing, and troubling validatory remarks of Honorable Justice Musa Joe Mohammed, JSC, on Friday, 27, 2023. In disagreeing very strongly with the ruling of both the Presidential Petition Court and the Supreme Court on the outcome of the 25th February presidential election, as declared by the Independent Electoral Commission. As Democrats who believe in the rule of law, we recognize that the Supreme Court is the end stage of our quest for legal closure on this matter. As a party and candidate, Gatti and I have now exhausted all legal and constitutional remedies available to us. However, this end is only another beginning of our quest for vindication of hope in common man for a better Nigeria. After all, sovereignty belongs to the people, if only for historical purposes. It behoves us to place our disagreement with and deep reservation about this judgment on public record. We have long been aware of how weak the national institutions have negatively affected our democracy. This year, 2023, has been quite remarkable in ability. INEC displayed competence in the conduct of the statutory duties. The judiciary has largely acted in defiance of the constitutional tenets, precedents, and established ground rules. Political expediency has preceded judicial responsibility. A mechanical application of technicalities has preceded pursuit of justice and fairness. Both INEC and Supreme Court, as refereed respectively, shifted the goalpost in the middle of the game. Where the value and import of INEC and recent Supreme Court ruling ends is where our commitment to new Nigeria begins. Our mission has been more about anchoring a new Nigeria, and it remains unchanged. It is a nation where things will work, where the country will be led from its present waste and consumption orientation to a production-driven economy. Our commitment is to a nation anchored on principles of prudent management of resources, to quickly pull millions out of multidimensional poverty, ensuring transparency and accountability in equitable distribution of opportunities, resources, privileges. In the new Nigeria, we aim to address all unmet needs by showing compassion for all those left behind by the present system. Going forward, we in Labour Party and the Obedient Movement are now effectively in opposition. We are glad that the nation has heard us loud and clear. We shall now expand the confines of our message of hope to the rest of the country. We will meet the people in their places where they feel pain and answer the needs for hope. Marketplaces, photo parks, town halls, boardrooms, university and college campuses. We will carry and deliver the message of a new Nigeria. As stakeholders and elected Labour Party officials, we will remain loyal to our manifesto. We will continue to canvass good governance and focus on issues that promote national interest and unity and cohesion. We will continue to give primacy to our Constitution, rule of law, and the protection of other liberties. We will offer checks and balances and will vote robustly in forthcoming elections to elect those who share our vision of a new Nigeria. Given the present national circumstances, there is compelling need for a strong political opposition. We shall therefore remain in opposition, especially because of the policies and governance modalities that we in Labour Party campaign for, especially the issue of reducing cost of governance, moving the country from waste and consumption to production, reducing inflation, ending insecurity, promoting the rule of law, guaranteeing the responsibility to protect and stabilize our national currency, are clearly not the priorities of present administration, nor is it interested in achieving sustainable development goals. It has one thing that has gladdened my heart in course of the struggle in the past 18 months. It is the passionate desire of our people, especially young Nigerians from across ethnic and religious divides, to construct a new and restructured Nigeria that will work for all Nigerians. The goal remains the guiding light and abiding inspiration. Finally, I thank all Nigerians who believe in what is now only a revolution postponed. We deeply appreciate the unalloyed, non-partisan moral support millions of youth and ordinary Nigerians across ethnic, religious, geopolitical divides have continued to give dirty and time. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Nigerians who have supported this mission from the onset. We salute the leadership and members of Labour Party, the Obedient Movement, the Obedient Presidential Campaign, Nigerians in diaspora, support groups, and all people of goodwill who work diligently and hope for realization of the beginning of new Nigeria in this election cycle. Nigerians who supported our cause patriotism and their sincere conviction that our nation requires and deserves dedicated and visionary leadership who will lead Nigeria toward a brighter future. The energy and dedication of Nigerian youth and obedient movement have been simply amazing. I appreciate and salute them. I want to assure them that this is not the end of our journey, but in fact, the beginning. Nigerians heard you. The world has taken note. I will not forget it. We shall endure, persist, until we reach our destination. Because the new Nigeria is our destination. A destination is not an event. We thank in a special way our legacy. We also thank elder statesmen whose wise counsel were immeasurable. To them, we wish to state unequivocally that this judicial outcome, an obvious interpretation of substantial justice, has by no means foreclosed realization of a new Nigeria that is possible. On a personal note, I take pride and express gratitude to those who share our vision, who have exhibited rare courage to challenge the nefarious system, the genuineness of individuals, identities, and their defining and qualifying particulars up to the highest extent allowed by law. Nigeria holds out hope of infinite possibilities leading to a desirable greatness. I remain consistent in my belief of a possibility of a new Nigeria built on character, competence, capacity, compassion, integrity, respect for the rule of law based on justice and fairness. God bless you all. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Put another round of applause for His Excellency. Thank you, sir. I want to say, okay. Get it first.
Well, thank you very much. Let me first elucidate a bit. Supplementary budget is a budget that is meant for very important national welfare needs of the people that is not captured originally in budget or does not have adequate funding. I'll give you an example. Nigeria today, we've read it the past 1 week for United Nations World Food Organization that 26.5 million Nigerians will go hungry next year. This is an issue of national importance that we can go for supplementary budget. But we have a supplementary budget where we are mentioning issues of yachts, SUVs for First Lady's office, shows to the extent that this government is totally uncaring and we're in deep trouble. It shouldn't be part of that. In fact, bringing in First Lady's office, which is not in our constitution, is even more troubling. All funds meant for First Lady's office should be allocated and addressed to dealing with the girl-child issue of education, to deal with the issue of education of the girl child in Nigeria. First Lady is there to look after the husband and work with him and everything to ensure that everything works well. So for me, the only ones you ask is issue of SUV for national assembly. Again, I can put it in the same basket that I put the alien one. Is there trouble? The SUVs for both houses will cost in the region of, I think it's in the region of about 60 billion, if I'm right. Nigeria today, our primary health care today is collapsed. Which consequently, Nigeria now have higher infant mortality than India, a country that is 7 times our population. For you now to use funds that is higher than the fund allocated to primary health care to buy a car for 400 people, it shows height of insensitivity. And we have a way we can buy more competitive vehicle and everything for them, even from locally made, and most of them, even in the Senate, are people who already have cars. We don't really need to buy vehicles for them because some of them are my colleagues, ex-governors and everything. They need new cars again. It is time we must take show responsibility to what is happening. People, Nigerians, are already scamping for food from waste bin. And we're doing this. It shouldn't be. And I can go for that to give you an example of how I handled it even when I was governor. So it's not the first time. When I became governor, I found out that the judges of High Court don't have cars in Anambra State. The permanent secretaries don't have cars. And when I became governor, they ordered for me 2 bulletproof vehicles. And I said no. Collect the money back, paid it to PAN, and said supply us 50 406 cars, 18 to the justice, 18 to PAN State, few to the commissioners that are appointed. The rest became my deputy governor and myself. Throughout my first term, everybody in Anambra said there, I used 406. Nobody, but it was meant for 2 bulletproof cars. The money we used to buy these cars, and nobody killed them in that 4 years. So it is time for us to use money very judiciously. Well, as you can see, everybody have done that, and all institutions are broken down. Like financial, it is now for all of us to work hard together to ensure that we save the country. Those who are in office, do the right thing, Let me start with the issue of Labour Party members. I've actually discussed this issue with them. Surprisingly, I can tell you, I heard that these vehicles are official cars. And I don't know if they have to use it. It's meant for official vehicle. So it's not as if it's their vehicle that is meant for official cars and everything. Because we can pay for it and say, listen, if it's your car, you return it or do something. But they said it's official car. And that everybody is meant to, you're meant to use it while you're in the Senate. But you know how things work. It's not going to be like that. But, so, what I say people is that it won't be if Labour, we were in office, nobody would have contemplated such. And that's what we want to go for. Because it is not enough to do the wrong thing and then start correcting it, but it shouldn't even be. Just like people are saying, oh, maybe the issue of yours have withdrawn, or this one, it shouldn't even be mentioned in the first place, because it touches the sensibilities of people to do that. On the issue of a single tenant, we campaigned on campaign vigorously on the issue of restructure and reform. So that is clear. And that would have included so many amendments to make this constitution be a workable and functional constitution that will be productive for Nigeria. Including in that would have been issue of single tenant. I thank Vice President Atiku Abubakar for his position and his commitment to ensure that things work better going forward in Nigeria. But I disagree slightly. I will go for 5-year tenure, which will go for 30 years, projection for 5-year tenure. And I'll still campaign for one thing. If we cannot go back to the issue of parliamentary democracy, we must have a quasi system that will allow our leaders elected, whether prime minister or president, to be able to be part of the legislation, especially to answer questions, maybe presidential question time or prime minister question time, instead of hiring surrogates and people who are not elected, who have nothing to be canvassing and telling us stories. We want to hear from the people we elected now, and that is critical, very important. We cannot continue with this way where we are now, where people have a soft leadership. Thank you. We don't regret anything we did. We came out and campaigned on a new Nigeria. No other party did. And we remain, our position remains consistent. We're consistently consistent on a new Nigeria. A Nigeria where things will be done but I'm telling you where we are. Our commitment is for a new Nigeria, and we will remain committed to it. Thank you very much. That's what we just said. For us, the destination. We're committed to where we're going. And nothing will stop that. That is our commitment. And the question before that, where is my last question? On issue of our party. The leadership of our party is not in question. Like it is in every system, especially these are the troubling things that is happening in Nigeria, where people are trying to bring in will make the party stronger. Will build it. Those young people is mentioned that are virtually tired and will re-energize them. We'll make sure that they walk down the road. We'll make sure that we carry them along to our destination. We are committed to it. Labour Party, the obedient movement, everybody will come out of this stronger, better, more committed to a new Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for thank you.
My name is Dixon. I anchor Nigeria right now on AIT. Sir, with the call for the opposition parties to form some form of alliance, is there a window or a door open for such to happen between you and possibly the other opposition parties, like PDP and the rest of them? Because right now, some of the excuses why these shenanigans succeeded is that the opposition parties are fragmented. So is there anything that you have available in that direction, sir?
I think I've answered that question. The future is dynamic. Our question now is to ensure that we do the right things, that we ensure that Nigerians know our commitment, especially making sure that our resources are efficiently managed for the benefit of Nigerians. Things are getting worse here. People are suffering. Look at the level of people they said now that are going into temporary depression and everything. That's our commitment for now. We want to start talking about the issues that put people out of poverty. We want to deal with the issue of hunger, issue of productivity and everything. As we go along, we'll know. Let me, again, as we end, most sincerely thank all of you who are here. I saw a lot of our wonderful and patriotic senators who are here all over the place. Labour senators, House President members, and everything, members of our family, especially the journalists that are here. Thank you. You are all part of this new movement to build a new Nigeria. Because about your children, about society your children will live in, we must build it. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
This is Channels Television, and you've been watching a press conference by the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections. We now return to our regular programming.
You've been watching a live Channels Television event.
April the 15th, the suspended REC had announced the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Aishatu Ahmed Binani, as the winner midway into the collation of results. His action attracted widespread condemnation, with INEC voiding the declaration and placing him on an indefinite suspension.
The case is using against arraignment is not a party in that case. And even in that case, the persons who went to court lost. So we won against the person. So why should he be writing a letter to court asking for dates, asking for adjournment, based on a case that it was not a party, is not connected with the case? And in any case, the basis for that case is that the petitioner in the election petition claimed that he wants to call him as the sole witness, as his principal witness, star witness in the matter. Eventually, they never called the man, and yet you are still prosecuting the case. It's so absurd. It's the duty of the police to get him, and that's what the court is saying, that the police should be able to get him wherever he is.